Compact luxury sports sedans are some of the most fiercely competitive class of vehicles in the automotive industry. Cadillac's entry into the class is the ATS and has been the brand's entry-level compact luxury sports sedan since 2013. While many competitors have gotten a significant revamp since then, is the ATS still a worthy choice? Well, let's go ahead and find out and take a comprehensive look at this 2018 Cadillac ATS. First off, the ATS is one of the smaller vehicles in the segment, while many others have increased in size slightly in recent years. Styling of the vehicle is somewhat upscale, however you will find traditional Cadillac styling touches such as the vertical LED taillights and sharp creases along the character lines. Updates for the 2018 model year are minimal, however the biggest change is the necessary update on the Q infotainment system, which is much faster with response. Here is the key fob for the vehicle. Of course, you have your typical Cadillac smart key here with your lock, unlock, as well as your remote engine start. Very convenient. And then also your button to release your trunk, and you press the button 2 times, as well as your panic alarm. This exterior color of the ATS is known as the crystal white tri-coat, and you do have smart key access on all 4 doors of the vehicle. And then you also do have the 2-toned light neutral and jet black leather interior with your power adjustable driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar. Alright, stepping on inside of the ATS. Still a fairly contemporary and pretty upscale looking cabin design here, and it's fairly competitive against other compact luxury sports sedans. You have push button ignition, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start, of course. And what you're hearing there is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. You also have a full leather wrapped steering wheel with a 3-spoke design. Coming to your transmission, 8-speed automatic transmission here with manual shiftability. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view monitor. And you also do have guidance lines with trajectory as well. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the headlights as well as the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the ATS here. Automatic driver's side window. Pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior side mirrors with LED side turn signal indicators, and you also do have blind spot detection. And you have your 17-inch alloy wheels with your Cadillac Brembo front brakes. Coming up front here on the ATS, you'll find halogen projector beam headlights, and you can also opt for LED daytime running lights and high intensity discharged headlights if you would like. And you also have your front parking sensors. Powering the ATS here is the mainstream engine. It's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that produces a pretty healthy 272 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 295 pound-feet of torque at 3,000 RPM, with EPA estimates being 22 in the city as well as 31 on the highway. Those for looking for more power can opt for the 3.6-liter V6. However, this 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder does provide a reasonable and a sufficient amount of power here. And it does come equipped with direct ejection as well as variable valve timing. Competitors of the ATS, you're looking at vehicles in the compact luxury sports sedan class. This includes the likes of the BMW 3 Series. You also do have the Mercedes-Benz C-Class and the Infiniti Q50, as well as the Lexus IS. EPA estimates, like I said, 22 in the city and 31 on the highway. And overall vehicle score from the government 5-star safety ratings. It hasn't been rated yet. And the total vehicle price, you're looking at $44,910. And the final assembly point is in Lansing, Michigan. Of course, all of your basic power necessities: power windows, power mirrors, power door locks, as well as your memory seat settings for 2 people. Interior quality of the ATS is pretty good, and you'll find it to be on par with many other compact luxury sports sedans. And you have plenty of soft touch points, such as on the armrest, mid-door panel, and the upper door panel. And you also do have this suede-like material that certainly gives it a more high-quality vibe. And the dashboard is all soft touch as well. And overall, this is a fairly lavish interior, fairly impressed. And you do have a 3-spoke steering wheel design with high gloss black accenting, and on the left side of the steering wheel you'll find your Bluetooth phone controls, heated steering wheel button right here, and your voice recognition, and on the right your steering wheel mounted audio controls. And the steering wheel also manually tilts and telescopes with a reasonable range of adjustment. Up here you'll find your automatic dimming rearview mirror, OnStar with SOS Safety Connect, and your map lighting, as well as your garage home link and your sunroof with your sunroof controls. And many others in this class do offer a panoramic sunroof, such as the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. And we do have dual zone automatic climate control with touch capacitive buttons here. And you have your adjustable temperatures, adjustable fan speed levels, front window defroster, rear window defroster, and your heated seats, 3-stage for the driver and the front passenger as well. And down here in this little cubby you'll find your 12-volt power outlet, traction control off, and you do have your automatic start stop, which you could turn off if you would like. And then you have your different driver selectable modes. You have 3 of them with your Tour, Sport, and Snow and Ice. Dual cup holders, and there's actually a pretty good amount of center console storage. I mean, this isn't really supposed to be a family vehicle, but not too bad here. And you do have dual USB charging ports, an SD card slot, as well as an auxiliary input. The seats in the ATS are also fairly comfortable and well supportive, pretty good for long road trips. And the thigh support is decent too. And we don't even have a manual thigh extension. We don't even need that here because the thigh support is good enough. Visibility of the ATS is decent, but don't expect a whole lot here compared to some others in the class. And on the front windows, it's okay. A-pillars are fairly narrow. That does help out a lot. But when you get to rearward visibility, the high rear window base does hinder on the visibility a little bit. And then also the rear windows back there are just a little bit small. And let's get to the infotainment system. This is the Cadillac Q infotainment system. Like I mentioned earlier, it has been updated for the 2018 model year with a crisper display and faster response. Coming to your home screen here, you'll find basically all of your apps and your different menus here. And then your audio here, which you can change the different audio source from here, such as AM, FM, XM satellite radio. And then you can also tune as well. Then you have your HD radio and your sound, which you can adjust the bass, treble, as well as the balance fader, and you can also change the sound mode too. Coming back to the home screen here, you have your phone, but you can hook up your Bluetooth phone and have all of your contacts stored in here, and have an integrated dial pad for your recent calls, and then your navigation system, which has also been updated for 2018. Of course, you can zoom in and out, and you can enter in your destination by voice if you would like. And then we also do have 4G LTE Wi-Fi through OnStar, through a subscription service. And then your users, which you can create a profile on here too. And then other settings that you can change from the time and date, language, phones, your Wi-Fi hotspot, Wi-Fi networks. And then your apps, which you could turn off and on Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, climate, and then your vehicle from the rear seat reminder, lighting, comfort and convenience, and your collision and detection systems. And we also do have your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto apps right there. And then your collection, as well as your OnStar services and your Wi-Fi hotspot. And in the lower right hand corner, you'll find your digital clock as well as your exterior temperature readout. But overall, love the faster response and the crisper display of the Q infotainment system. Coming to the gauge cluster here, you have your tachometer on the left, and then in the center your digital speedometer, as well as on the right your fuel gauge and your coolant temperature. And then in the center, that's your information center, which will show you various amounts of vehicle information, such as your digital speedometer, And then it also shows you what audio source is playing as well. And then you can also change other options such as the units, info pages, and then your open source software. And then your fuel economy. And then it also gives you road sign information too. All right. Quality of the materials do follow through in the rear, and we also do have adjustable headrests for the outboard seats. And sitting back here, not a whole lot of leg room, but this is a compact luxury sports sedan. You do have to remember that. However, some other vehicles in the class do have slightly more leg room for the rear seat occupants. The headroom is also slightly tight too. And you also find your rear air vents, as well as a 12-volt power outlet and a 110-volt power outlet too, as well as your dual map pockets and a rear center armrest with cup holders and this little storage compartment there, and your ski trunk pass-through. The seats themselves, a little on the firmer side compared to the front seats. All right. So with its updated interface, its crisp